Hello guys, welcome to another reaction, and we're reacting Jordan Welch on his tips, his advice to a 20-year-old who wants to become rich. So guys, let's dive into it.
Look, I know you want to make millions in your 20s like all these kids you see on the internet, but sadly, it's not going to happen without these 6 principles that I'm going to share with you today, because these are the exact principles.
It's all about principles. Follow the principles of the people who have actually made it.
That have helped me make close to $10 million at 25 years old. And it all starts with understanding why you're broke in the first place. There's one reason why you're still broke, and if you don't fix it, you'll stay this way forever. You're lazy, and you don't value your time as much as you should. Listen.
Yep. I was a victim of these. So quit being a victim, guys. Quit being a victim. You have a lot of time. I know you want to sleep, but just wake up early or sleep late so you can have more hours to work. Like if you're a heavy sleeper, like for me, because I was a heavy sleeper, I would sleep from like maybe like at 12 in the night and wake up at like 3 in the afternoon, right? So this, how you can solve this is like you decide that you won't sleep maybe from the whole night, you won't sleep, and then you sleep maybe around 6, 7 a.m. somewhere there. Sometimes you sleep at 8, so you wake up around maybe 1 or 2. Or maybe if you're still waking up late, which is like at 4, 3, you should sleep at 10 and 11, 12 a.m. So you wake up maybe at 4, 3. So you are minimizing, because during the day there are a lot of disturbances, and you won't really go into a deep sleep because there'll be a lot of noise, a lot of disturbance. So that's just how I broke through the chain of oversleeping.
Listen, I want you to take accountability and ask yourself, honestly, what did you do today? You probably slept in, drank some coffee to wake up, checked Instagram, and watched some motivational TikTok.
That hit a nerve right there. So this was basically me. If you're here, bro, you still have a long way. You still have a long way, I'm telling you. Still have a long way. Set the timer on, like, what, set 10 minutes on how you're gonna use your TikTok. Set 10 minutes on how you use your Instagram, your Facebook, your WhatsApp, anything. Just set 10 minutes. Like, have a book where you record how many like minutes did I spend on this app, and on this app, which app is taking most of my time, what productivity is coming out of that. That you must be conscious of that if you want to like take control of your life and your actions.
TikToks to make you feel productive. And in the mix of all of it, you might have devoted 30 truly focused minutes to your goal. Yet somehow you're surprised you're still in the same place that you were last year. This is the root of all your failures, and that's why you need to start here. Because the game of business is a cutthroat battlefield. It is a competition. There are no participation trophies. There are winners and there are losers. Thankfully, you get to choose which side you want to be on. If you keep wasting hours of your day on meaningless things, you'll be a loser. But winners, on the other hand, winners understand the compound effect, which states that small...
The compound effect. I told you that read the book Atomic Habits and you will understand how strong a habit is. How reading that one page of a book a day is. How strong that affirmation of 30 minutes or whatever, 5 minutes a day is. Bro, read the book. Great wisdom is in books, I'm telling you. You won't find enough information to make you like to develop your mind, to develop that intuitive, successful mind.
Small daily actions plus consistency over time equals significant results. But this can go in either direction. The small things that you're doing consistently on a daily basis dictate your future, for better or for worse. So choose.
That's all. That book breaks it down for you. This book right here breaks all that down for you, what this guy is saying. So I bet he has read the book. So
Use them wisely, because you are not getting any younger and you don't have as much time as you think you do. You have more energy right now than you ever will, so don't waste it on artificial pleasures. Now, let me ask you something. How do you expect to get rich if you don't understand money? This leads me to principle number 2, and that is to make money, you must first understand how it actually works.
Yep. Don't just jump into things. Don't just give me 2,000 and you'll get you 25,000 by the end of the week. Don't just jump into the do research.
Look, by definition, money is a medium of exchange based on value. Therefore, you get paid directly in proportion to the value that you provide to the world. The reason why you're broke is because you lack a valuable skill set. If you had one, you could eat.
It's that simple. It's that simple. There's only one reason why you're broke. You lack a valuable skill.
Easily sell your services to someone who needs it and make money. It's really that simple. Mastering a skill is essential if you expect to get rich. And in the modern era, there are so many. Sales, paid advertising, video editing. I mean, I even have someone that works for me making thousands a month just coming up with video ideas. It doesn't have to be on the internet either. Like, I just hired a personal chef and I'm paying her almost $1,000 a week just because of how incredible her skills are in the kitchen. It saves me time, I eat healthier, it adds value to my life.
This guy is investing in his health because health is your wealth. You want to live today, maybe die tomorrow. Like, what if someone offered you $10 million today, but you are going to die like tomorrow? Would you take it? Would you take it?
Therefore, I'll pay whatever. It literally doesn't matter what it is. So long as enough people see it valuable enough to exchange their money for it, you can get rich with it. Because you have to understand, in our world today, there is absolutely no shortage of money. In the US alone, they produce over $500 million of currency every single day. And you're still struggling to make
The Fed prints like
$1,000 a month? Come on, bro. The goal is to do something for long enough and get so good at it that it's literally impossible for you not to succeed with it. That's what I did.
Stick to one thing. Stick to one thing. Master that thing. Master that thing. Do it better than anybody else. And everything else will just flow to you.
And it took me 5 years until I made my first million online. And 10 years until I actually became a millionaire after tax. But I would have gotten there a lot faster.
It took him 5 years to become a millionaire. Wait, did I get that right? Let me check.
And you're still struggling to make so good at it that it's literally impossible for you not to succeed with it. That's what I did. And it took me 5 years until I made my first million online. And 10 years until I actually became a millionaire after tax.
So he was a millionaire after 5 years, but he was not yet a millionaire because of tax. And then in 10 years, that's when he became a millionaire without tax. Whoa. That's
But I would have gotten there a lot faster if I knew this and if I applied principle number 3. And that is, you have to choose the right vehicle to wealth. Hard work is not the
Oh, chill, my guy. The guy is talking. Choosing the right vehicle for wealth. That you need a solid bedrock. No, a solid bedrock of foundation for you to be able to choose the right vehicle for wealth. Let's see what he says about this. This is
differentiator between the rich and the poor. In fact, some of the people I know that work insane hours doing manual labor work harder than I ever have in my life, yet they are not rewarded accordingly. Such is the value of choosing the right.
Working hard does not guarantee you money. It's just because you work hard doesn't mean you deserve a lot of money. No. You can be working hard in like, how do I put this? You can work hard on a low wealth vehicle, so you will reap low income, right? But if you work hard on a high vehicle of wealth, you'll be rewarded accordingly with that. How do I put this? With the value of your production.
vehicle. But I've made this mistake as well. I wasted years of my career working extremely hard on the wrong things, and no matter how hard I worked, there was a ceiling of how high it could go. But that same effort applied in another direction would have produced drastically different results. So, how can you select the right vehicle? With all these choices out there, it's quite a difficult decision, but I have a simple formula to make it easy for you. Step 1 is finding something that is working right now for many people, not just one person. Pick something that aligns with your interest. See if other people are making money with it and ask yourself, how can I do this too? In the beginning of my career, I thought I had to become an innovator to make money, but it's just not true. The way I made my first million was with e-commerce, a business that hundreds of thousands of people were doing at that time. The products I sold to get me there, I was never the first to sell them. I just had to improve my skill set to that level that I could compete with them. For me to succeed with e-commerce, I had to learn web design, Facebook ads, and video editing. And after 6 months of cutting out my bad habits, focusing on self-improvement, and sharpening my skills every day, my store was making over $100,000 a month in sales. The formula is simple if you're willing to execute it. It just takes time. Now, step 2, which will help you tremendously, is find someone who is doing this and study them. Trying to keep up with each and every guru is just going to drain you. You need to pick one person that has done
Yep, I am speaking from experience. Find one guru and follow that guy. Like, I'm not saying don't watch the rest, but you should find that main guy who you follow, whose principles you're following, so you can reap the same results he reaped. Okay, so don't go around like this guy, because bro, it's one lane. Just be in one lane, because if you follow everyone, then you'll have divided attention, which will cost you time. See, because with one guy you can just focus straight ahead, but with two guys you move slower, concentrating on this one, concentrating on this one. So concentrate on one guy and move with that guy, and bro, just like this, you see your life changing.
exactly what you want to accomplish and become their disciple. Study their business model, study their philosophies, and get a deep understanding of how they did it. This will show you the way. Stop listening to each and every person that has an ounce of advice to give you. You should focus only on people who have a real, tangible track record of success in the thing that you want to do. And they don't have to be an influencer or a celebrity either.
If they have proof, they have a blueprint, and they have proof of how they did everything to gain that certain amount of money or a certain amount of wealth, then they're worth following. Don't just follow anyone without proof. Validate their stories. Don't fall into the red race trap.
The person who helped me make my first 100,000 with e-commerce was somebody I met in a Facebook group with no followers, which leads me to my last point. You need to be surrounding yourself with people who are doing the thing you're trying to do. Discord servers, Facebook groups, Reddit.
You know that famous saying that if you surround yourself with 4 millionaires, you'll be the 5th richest guy in that group. Whether you have $0 in your bank account or $1, you will still be the 5th richest guy in that group. So surround yourself with people, high-minded people who can lift you up and all those stuff.
Communities. Wherever you can find them, go there. This will serve as constant motivation that this business model actually works, and it will make you feel less alone on the journey. The information you'll learn from people who are actually doing this every day is so much more valuable than any generic info you'll learn from YouTube videos.
And one thing that always helps me is that you should think like this, right? There is always something you don't know that you don't know. You check. There's something that you don't know that you don't know. You have to accept that there is something that you don't know that you don't know. Now get that in your skull. So you can be open to new ideas, so you can learn, have a student mindset, and actually do the principles of the mentor that you're following, right? Have a student mindset. Be teachable, and be persistent.
But if you want to truly maximize your chances of success, you have to execute principle number 4, going all in. You might think you're already doing this, but 99% of you.
And now that going all in, guys. Going all in. So the main goal for this like channel is by I think the end of the year I have more than 200 videos, guys. That's the more than 200 videos by the end of the year. And I think I'm going to surpass that. I think I'm going to have more than 500 videos out here. I'm gonna be putting out videos whoa, I'm gonna be, yeah, I'll be rocking it. So go all in, guys. You can't have divided attention, right? You can't have distractions. So go all in. Tunnel vision, my guy. Tunnel vision. Focus. Grind. People will talk. They always talk. You don't mind. You don't, just grind. Focus on you, my guy. Focus on you. You'll be surprised.
You are not. Partially because you don't value your time, but also because you're constantly living in survival mode, which is making it impossible for you to really focus on your business. Now, to get out of survival mode and go all in, you need to create a safety net. Listen, you have a 0% chance of building a successful business if you are currently living paycheck to paycheck without a single dollar to spare left over at the end of the month. Because you're constantly stressing and don't even have a moment to breathe and think clearly. I know this because I've been in this exact position. In 2020, I was living in LA spending more than I was making, which had me in a constant state of frantic anxiety. And as a result, I was never able to truly
Don't spend more than you make. Don't spend more than you make. Let me give you a tip that will allow you to save money. I saved money on haircuts. I saved like maybe it reached maybe $400, right? So how I saved money on haircut is every time I felt like every time I was given money to get a haircut, I would actually save that money, right? So by the end of the year, I had like 400. Just from saving that haircut money, I had $400. But I wasn't looking nice. I wasn't looking nice. Don't save money like that. There are other ways. There are good ways. Don't follow my methods. There are actually good ways to save money. So guys, save money. Like if someone gives you $100 right now, spend only $50 and save the spend only $50 and save the other 50% somewhere. Do that same thing. Like always save 50% of your money. Always save 50%.
focus on my craft at the highest level. So I decided to cut off all my expenses, move back home to my mom's at 22 years old, and sell everything that I had that was valuable to me except my laptop and some clothes. As a result, I had stacked up a nest egg of over $2,000. And with this, I had the peace of mind to go all in on my business, and the results soon followed. I made over $10,000 in profit on this store in just 20 days. And over the next year and a half, ended up making close to $2 million with this store. So look, if you're sitting here watching this video with less than $300 to your name, you ain't ready to start a business yet. I'm sorry to tell you. Go get a job, sell your stuff, do whatever it takes to stack up at least $1,000.
Stack up. Like you need to stack up. You need like this thing of starting a business with no money. You can't start a business with no money. Of course, you can argue, yeah, this and that, but initially you need a stack, guys. Like I'm being realistic. I'm telling someone who is like on zero, who spends most of his time scrolling on TikTok, like watching Instagram, series, movies. You're like updated with all the worldly stuff, but actually have no money. You're broke. This is for you. So this thing you hear, starting a business with no money, my guy, it's impossible for you. Yeah, it might be hard to take in for now, but for you, it's impossible unless you have developed that mindset, unless you have harnessed that successful minded intuition. You check, but that takes time, okay? And my friend, you don't have that time. So your best chance is to stack up. Get a job, my guy. Get a job, do something, get paid, and then save up, and then go all in on that idea. That's why my man here, Jordan Watch, is saying, guys. So stack up.
$1,000 so you can go all in on mastering your skills. That is the key. And in the meantime, you need to start executing principle number 5. You need to start relentlessly pursuing and investing in your self-education. I'm telling you, this is the thing that...
Now this is a gem. Right here. Invest in your self-education. Instead of buying those like 1.5 pairs of sneakers, bro, buy at least 2 books or something. Buy at least 3 books. Books are like $400, $500. There's the book like The Richest Man in Babylon. I saw it for going for like $250, bro. These are all valuable books, and the knowledge of the amount of knowledge you get from this book is insane, guys. You should invest in your knowledge. All that stuff will come later. All that stuff will come later. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's just fashion. It changes. You'll still get it. You'll still get it. So just focus on self-education, guys. Focus on self-education. And focusing on self-education is actually boring. There are days where you won't feel like you want to read. There are days where you won't feel like you want to like maybe follow a certain principle, but develop habits. Develop habits, because habits compound over a period of time, right?
That truly set me free. The fact that you're watching this video today lets me know that you're on the right path, because you could have literally been watching anything, but you need to dig deeper. When I was first starting my journey,
You said, since I'm watching, I'm on the right path, right? So you're also watching, me watching, you're on the right path. So we need to dig deeper. I have something cooking which is coming, and obviously it's gonna be wild. I will launch something. It's called Millionaire Club. I will launch it very soon. Hopefully I will launch it, and then we'll see where that takes you.
religiously spending 1 to 2 hours a day reading books. This had a profound impact on my life and destroyed nearly all the limiting beliefs that I had. Some of the early books that helped me the most were The Millionaire Fastlane, The Slight Edge, and Think and Grow Rich, which you should read all of these if you ever expect to make $1 million. Instead of spending hours a day watching the new Gideon video, I would watch interviews with business owners who did what I wanted to do. Shout out to Gideon, though, that's my guy. And anytime I got the opportunity to do so, I would invest in masterminds to meet other people. Back in 2017, when I first started making money, I spent $10,000 to go to a mastermind in Costa Rica, and the information that I learned from this helped me double my profits the next month. Which just goes to show that investing in your self-education will have the highest ROI above everything else.
You guys know what's ROI? You have a long way to go, my guy. You have a long way to go. ROI is like return on investment.
Every single time, especially when it only costs $1. Because I just recently released a full case study on how I started and scaled my Shopify brand to $1.8 million in under 2 years.
I used to watch this video. I used to see this poster. This guy is a G. Like, he's legit. I followed this guy for years. Or like late nights, I would like, while you guys were watching, I don't know what you're watching on YouTube, this was my guy. I'll flip my phone and I would watch this guy the whole night, sunrise to this guy's videos. So shout out to Jordan WELCH, really inspired me.
I shared my products, my store, my ads, and the entire strategy I used with nothing hidden. I started this business at one of the lowest moments in my life, and it truly was the thing that set me free financially. And at the end, I sold the business for a crazy amount. So if you want to learn exactly how I did that for just $1, I'll put the link down below. And since releasing this, I've received thousands of messages from people who got this, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. So if you already got in there, I really appreciate it. And if you can invest $1 into your own self-education, then I think you missed the entire point of what I was just trying to say. Anyways, let's move on to the
Check. For you to get something in return, you require. For you to get something, it requires for you to sacrifice something, right? That's the way of the game. That's the way of the game. You can't change the rules. Those are the principles. You can't change them. So for you to develop a wealthy mind, you need to sacrifice your time to devote it to reading certain materials that would develop that mind of yours into the person that you are aspiring to be.
final and most important principle, and that is you need to start today, because the clock is ticking. And
out of all the principles, this is the most important principle. You need to start today. Check. If you check my videos, these things are like, there are times where I had perfect phones, I had a camera and stuff like that, but I didn't start because I was missing a mic. I was missing. There's always something missing. There's always something missing. But I just decided that, man, let me just go with this, and then when I get those things back, I can like continue from there. Cause if I keep waiting, bro, time's passing. Whether I do it or not, time is passing, bro. So if you start today, don't wait for it to be perfect. Just start. Just start.
And as the days go by, someone is out there getting better than you. You can't keep waiting and say that you're gonna start on some imaginary day in the future. It has to start today. After you finish this video, you need to take all this information and begin. There is no other option. And look, just understand one final thing. Great things take time. Don't expect to get rich in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year.
That mentality of getting rich to tomorrow, like, leave that behind. Leave that behind. Leave that behind. There's no such thing as overnight success. There's no such thing as overnight success, guys.
Here, our internet culture has glorified microwave success and fooled you all to believe that it's possible. It's not. To become truly successful and master any skill, it will take you years of your time. But if you follow everything I told you today, you just might get rich in your 20s. Make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next.
Yeah. That was a good video. It's a banger, really. This guy like shed some sauce in this video. So hope you guys have taken a lot of knowledge, hope you guys gained a lot of wisdom from my man Jordan Welch here. So shout out, peace.